there was one early morning in Scottsdale that the indomitable, incomparable Bill Belichick came to work me out. And I was literally a one-man line for 45 minutes to an hour. And Belichick worked me out as a tackle, a guard, a center, a tight end, and had me in a sweat and just killing me, a one-man line until I could, hardly breathe. And he'd say, you got any more in the tank? And I'd say, you bet I do. And we kept going after it. Then at the end of the workout, I thanked him for his time, and he looked at me and he said, he just kind of under his breath muffled an expletive and said, "You're a freaking first round pick." And he was very upset because he realized he was with Cleveland at the time, and he wasn't probably going to be able to take me at 15 or 16, but that I was somewhere a little higher up on the board. And I'll tell you the feeling, the shaking in my knees, not from working out for 45 minutes for who is now a Hall of Fame coach, but to hear the words that somebody recognized that I was moving up the draft board in their eyes was exhilarating.
Oh, that's got to be incredible. Even at the time, Bill Belichick, this, like you said, before he becomes a Hall of Fame head coach, he's predicting that you're going to go in the first round. I've had plenty of former Bills on this podcast, and they were drafted to the Buffalo Bills during a time where the franchise was not good at all. In fact, Will Wolford, I believe was 1986, was a first-round pick. That was the guy that eventually that you would take over for at left tackle. But the difference with you was you actually went to the Buffalo Bills, 27th overall, first round. They were coming off their second straight Super Bowl appearance at the time. What was your immediate reaction when you got that phone call and you found out that you were going to Buffalo? Because, again, there was a time where that was not a phone call that a lot of prospects probably wanted to get, but you were going to a team that was a perennial Super Bowl contender. What was your instant reaction when that happened?
Well, there were so many reasons for me to be thrilled about being picked by the Bills. Number one, first round, of course, right? I'd go anywhere. I'd play on Mars to be picked in the first round.
Right.
The Mars Marauders picked John Fina. No, of course. But Glenn Parker from Arizona was already in Buffalo, and I had some contact with him, and he had told me what it was like there and how awesome Polian and Butler and Marv Levy and Tom Bresnahan and the players were. And of course, the legends that are on that team, too many to name and too many who will never recognize as legends like we do as teammates. And then the kicker, the big kicker was, my parents grew up in Rochester, New York. I still have tons of family in Rochester. So my being drafted by the Buffalo Bills was just an instant, multiple times per year family reunion when in previous years, my uncles and aunts, we would get together maybe once every 3 to 4 years since my father moved out to the dusty desert. So I had so many reasons to be thrilled about being picked. And you mentioned Will Wolford. Well, reason number 3, 4, 5, or 6 I was thrilled is I didn't have to go in right away and get exposed to this competition. I was able to be a contributor on special teams and learn from guys like Will Wolford and Ken Hole and Glenn Parker and Howard Ballard and Jimmy Richer and John Davis. I mean, who could ask for anything better than that? It was really a remarkable situation.